Hey, what's up? Everybody? This is Tony Vinchelle with the Stronger You Fitness, ASU Fit, and the Becoming a Stronger You movement. How is everybody? What's up? Sorry, trying to make sure my kids are not waking up. I think they are, though. They fell asleep up front last night watching Hey there, how are you? Thank you to everybody hopping on. Trying to see if I can get my little sign in there. I'm kind of proud of that. What's up, Marion? How are you? Okay, somebody. Okay, I'll get back with you in a minute. What's up, everybody? If you are hopping on, hop on and let me know where you are from. Hey, Kate. How are you? Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. If you are on here, everybody hop on and let me know where you are watching from. I have not been on Periscope in a very, very, very long time. I've been using Facebook Live, and it's been hit or miss. It's been all right. It's been all right for the most part, but I wanted to jump back on the Periscope platform to, I don't know, just to use it again and get back to it and that whole thing. So anyway, I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes for anybody else who wants to hop on. It's 9:02 and I just hopped on, so I'll wait a couple of more minutes. So if you are on here, hop on and let me know where you are from. I said, I'm just trying to, I feel like I have to learn this thing again. Okay, it looks like my kids are going to stay asleep. So that's going to be awesome. At least for a few minutes. Because this Periscope is not going to be long. I'm going to talk about a couple of things for a few minutes. Throw some things out there, and then I will open it up for some Q&A. I'll probably jump on Twitter, actually, at the end for some Q&A. It just kind of depends on what I have going on. So I'll wait a couple of more minutes. Y'all see my sign back there? It's actually a tablecloth, but I decided that I wanted to put it up as a background. I was trying to fit it into the frame to crop everything else out, but yeah, it's not working right now, so I just have to do what I gotta do. Let's get on here. And then I need to make sure that my phone also is on Do Not Disturb, because that's the other thing that I know that messes up Periscope. So hold on, give me one minute. Be right back. Okay. I just wanted to, hey, Shandon, how are you? I just wanted to make sure that I have my notes. How are you? If you all are just hopping on, please, please, please. I am good. Thank you for asking. If you guys are just hopping on, let us know where you are from. I just wanted to give a couple of minutes for anybody to jump on who wanted to jump on and grab my notes and all of that. So I am going to go over a couple of things. Actually, I'm going to go over one major issue. It's a major issue to me. And it should be a major issue to quite a few people, but most people don't really know what they're getting into when this happens. And so, but I'm pretty sure after oh, hey, Connecticut. I have another friend, who's in Connecticut that I actually met on Periscope. I think she's working right now, though, so I don't think she's going to be on this morning. She'll probably watch it a little bit later, but I actually met her on Periscope. Really, really nice lady. I was supposed to be trying to get out to Connecticut next year to compete, but I don't know. I have to see how that goes, because I have some new stuff coming up, so I'm not sure if I would have the time to get out that way for competition, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so I am just flipping here to make sure that I have all of my notes. Most of what I want to say is already in my brain, but I want to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything. So, okay, so I am going to go ahead and get started, and anybody who jumps on afterwards will, jump on and just kind of fall in line and all that kind of good stuff. So here's the issue that I wanted to discuss this morning. So a lot of these personal trainers and fitness professionals are promoting and selling and offering these programs that include what they call customized meal plans, right? So you'll see an advertisement or a sign that says, especially with personal trainers, I've seen it done with some RDs and some nutritionists, but for the most part it's done by personal trainers. So you'll see these ads, or you will see these little, I guess they're ads because it's not commercials on Facebook, but you'll see these posts, and basically it'll say something like boot camp, 109 a month, unlimited sessions, you get group support, you get a t-shirt, you get all this other kind of stuff, and then on top of all of that you get what's called a customized meal plan. Or you'll go to a website of a nutritionist or of a personal trainer, or even of an RD. Again, I've seen some RDs do this as well. And one of the services that they offer is a quote-unquote customized meal plan. And you'll see it, customized meal plans for $20, customized meal plans for $50, customized meal plans as part of your unlimited package, customized. And the issue that I have with this is that the majority of the plans that are being sold, the majority of the plans that are being offered are not real customized meal plans. And a lot of people are accepting that because they don't know any better. They don't really know the questions that they should be asking. They don't really know what a customized plan looks like. They don't really know the information that their professional should be asking them for in order to put together this quote-unquote customized meal plan. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a secret. I dropped this in my blog, so I'm not sure if you had a chance to read it. If you have not, it's available on Becoming a Stronger You. I have a couple of more things there on the blog that I may miss today. But here's the thing. So there are software packages that are available, and most of them do not require any type of a real credential to purchase, which means that you don't have to send them a degree, you don't have to send them a board certification, you don't have to send them any type of certification, you don't have to send them anything, which means that anybody could actually go on and put up a website on Wix and purchase one of these software packages and start advertising that they do customized meal plans. But anyway, there are these software packages that are available, and they can cost anywhere from $99 to $350. Sometimes they're a little bit more than that, depending on how many options are available, or how intricate the platform is and all of that stuff. But from $99 to $350, that's roughly about the range. And so what happens is, you go to sit down with the nutritionist or the RD or the personal trainer, and they get some basic information from you, right? They're gonna put you on the scale and say, okay, you weigh 245 pounds. You are 5'4.5", and that's pretty much it. Some of them may take your body fat measurement. They might do it via skin caliper. They might use one of those machines where they ask you to step on and hold on, and it spits out a piece of paper. So they might take a few more measurements, but for the most part, they're just going to take your height, your weight, your age, and maybe some tape measures if that's one of the things that the software is asking for. And then what happens is they pop that information into the software. So they plug all of those numbers into the software, and there is an algorithm that is used with most of the software packages where they take all of the information from, maybe hundreds, probably hundreds of people. I doubt that it's actually thousands, but hundreds of people that have similar metrics that might be between, 5'3" and 5'4", that might weigh 245 pounds. And so they use that algorithm, and then from there it will spit you out a meal plan. And you get this meal plan and they hand it to you and they say, this is a customized meal plan. So you take the meal plan, you use it. It may work for the first month and then it might stop working. It may not even work after, it may not even work at all. And you know that you're sticking to it. You know that you're staying on top of it. You know that you're not missing any of your workouts. You know that you're not missing any of your meals. And again, I'm speaking to the people who are doing this with at least 90% compliance, because sometimes the reason why certain plans don't work is not because the plan doesn't work. It's because you don't work, right? So I'm not talking about people who will purchase a meal plan and, you've got 35% compliance, 40% compliance, 50% compliance, and then you wonder why the meal plan doesn't work. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about people who are honestly purchasing these plans because they really want to make a change. They're really joining these boot camps. They're really joining these programs, these weight loss programs, which is another one that I'm going to talk about, because one of the big weight loss programs out right now is the HCG program, and I definitely have huge issues with that. I know I'm going on a tangent, but I just needed to get that off of my chest and put that out there in the atmosphere so that I wouldn't forget it. But anyway, people who are giving at least 90% compliance, and so you're sticking to your workouts, you're sticking to this meal plan, and you're wondering why it's not working. The reason why it's not working is because the meal plan is not actually customized, and they are giving you this information, giving you these pieces of paper, selling them for $20, $30, $40, $50, $60. And the reason why I have an issue with that, two main reasons actually. The first main reason is that, number one, you are lying to a bunch of people and you're making it seem as though meal planning or hiring a nutrition professional, whether that's an RD or a nutritionist or whomever it is that they choose to hire, you make it seem as though hiring a nutrition professional is not worth the money, it's not worth the time, it's not worth the investment, because you're giving these people a bad experience. But then the other reason why I have an issue with it is because these quote-unquote professionals are totally devaluing the industry, right? So they're able to sell these plans at $20, $30, and $50 because they're not really customizing them. And then when somebody comes to a nutrition professional who is a real professional, who's putting in the real work to put together real meal plans that are really and truly customized, then they have a problem with the price, they have a problem with the time commitment, they have a problem with so many other things because they're used to having these experiences with people who say that they're professionals, but they're not really professionals at all. Hopefully that makes sense. So what are some of the things that are necessary to create a real customized meal plan? First things first. And I'm going to go ahead and speak to the boot campers, the people who join the boot camps for, $129 a month, unlimited sessions. You get a t-shirt, you get like 195 other items included in that, and they're telling you that they're giving you a customized meal plan. Let me speak to the boot campers really quickly. If you are in a boot camp and your boot camp instructor or trainer or whoever the professional is has a group of people and they're instructing 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people as a part of their boot camp, you are not receiving a customized meal plan. It is virtually impossible. It is virtually impossible. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm going to use the word virtually, right? Because I'm going to have somebody jump on and say, well, it is possible. I do it. Okay, fine. If you do it, you may be one of 100,000 who don't do it. Okay? It is virtually impossible to sit down and truly customize a meal plan for that many people and have that meal plan included in the low price of $79.99 a month or in the low price of $199 a month. Okay, I sit down and I write all of my meal plans by hand because I have not been able to find a software that will allow me to customize meal plans for my clients in the way that I choose to customize meal plans for my clients. And when I sit down and I'm writing meal plans, when I'm looking at all of the information that I have from my clients, that will typically take me sometimes, honestly, I mean, that's like an average of 2 hours per person. And that's on average, because there's so much research that is involved. So what are some of the things that are necessary for creating a customized meal plan? And I'm going to give you this information, and this is going to help you kind of key in to what kinds of questions your professional needs to be asking you. I'm going to go ahead and say this as well. If you sit down for a consultation with somebody and they are supposed to be putting together a customized meal plan for you, and the only thing that this person talks to you about is your weight, your height, your workout schedule, and your macros, that is not full customization of a meal plan. Let me tell you why. Say you and Sally walk or go to the same nutrition professional, or you happen to join the same boot camp, right? Hey, Tamisha, how are you, ma'am? That's one of my mastermind sisters. Hey! Thank you so much for hopping on with me. So say you and Sally walk into a boot camp, or you and Sally walk into the same nutritionist. Hey, lady. And you and Sally weigh the same. You're roughly about the same height. And when they put you on the little machine, or they do your little skin caliper, body fat, however they choose to measure your body fat, if they choose to take the tape measure and do the calculations that way. Say you and Sally have roughly about the same height, roughly about the same weight, roughly about the same amount of body fat. You've got roughly around the same measurements, right? And let's say you and Sally are related, and that's probably the reason why, right? So you go in to do this boot camp with your sister, or you go in to do this nutrition plan with your sister. Thank you so much for those hearts, Tamisha. I really appreciate it. And you have roughly around the same measurements. What's going to happen is when they put that information into the software is going to spit out a meal plan that is roughly about the same. Now, is it going to be exactly the same? Are you going to have exactly the same number of meal options? No, because typically these software packages will have anywhere from 500 to 2,000 different meal options available, or different food options available. So when you look at the meal plan, you may not necessarily have the exact same food choices. You may not have the same meals. But if you really sit down and you scrutinize the meal plan, you're going to realize that a lot of the information included in both of your meal plans is very similar. Now, somebody is going to ask me, okay, well, Tony, if I go to boot camp with my sister, or if I go to a nutritionist with my sister, or if I go into an RD with my sister, or if I go sit down with an endocrinologist with my sister, and we're related, our moms look the same, our dads look the same, or our dad is the same. Different topic. Our dad is the same. So we are going to have the same measurements, or virtually the same measurements. Shouldn't we have the same meal plan? Absolutely not. I'm going to say that again. Just because you and your sister, or you and your cousin, or you and your friend have roughly the same measurements in terms of your weight, your height, and your body fat percentage, it does not mean that you should have the same meal plan. Why? What if Sally has different emotional triggers than you do? That's going to determine whether or not you include some things in the meal plan, and whether or not you take some things out of the meal plan. What if you and Sally work different types of jobs? What if you have different types of stress? What if you have some hormonal issues that Sally does not have? What if you have a different sleeping schedule? What if this is a boot camp and it's unlimited sessions, and you're going 7 days a week, but Sally is only going 3 days a week? What if you go 7 days a week this week, and you only go 2 days a week for the next 3 weeks, and Sally is continuously doing 3 days a week? What if you're a man and Sally is a woman? What if you have had children and Sally has not had children? What if you wake up multiple times in the middle of the night when you're sleeping and Sally gets a full night's rest with absolutely no problems? Hey, Shandon, thank you for hopping back on, ma'am. Right? So you're looking at all of these different factors in your lifestyle. What if you work nights? Oh, no problem, Shandon. Thank you for hopping back on. I appreciate it. Tamisha says, I've experienced this plan of so-called meal plan customization and it did not work at all. Absolutely, Tamisha. That's the reason why it doesn't work. And I'm going to tell you guys something else. I'm going to tell you something else. So as a fitness professional, because I am a certified nutritionist, I'm a personal trainer. I also have a bachelor's degree in biological and physical sciences. And when I went to school, I took, biochemistry courses, and I chose to do self-directed studies in biochemistry and human metabolism. And so with all of the information that I have and all of the information that I continue to gain on a daily basis, because I do study my craft on a daily basis, I'm learning more and more and more and more that this fitness, health, and wellness is not one size fits all. The reason why some of these meal plans don't work, especially when you're talking about people who are giving 100% compliance, 125% compliance, is because they are not really customized. And most of the software that is available out there does not give you, thank you so much for those hearts, does not give you the tools that you need to customize a meal plan. Okay, so say you and Sally are sisters. Okay, what if you're a man and Sally is a woman? What if Sally is your sister and you're the brother? What if you and Sally have a 10-year age difference? You and Sally may weigh the exact same. You may have the exact same amount of body fat, but if you hold your body fat in different places, right? Because 30% body fat looks different when you hold it in your thighs than it does when you hold it in your back, than it does when you hold it in your chest, than it does when you hold it in your stomach area, right? And so if you're holding your body fat in different areas of your body, that is indicative of different potential hormonal issues. And if there are different potential hormonal issues that we have to contend with, then you have to start saying, okay, well, you can eat this, or maybe you should take some of this out, or maybe you should take some of this out. What if you have had lab testing and Sally has not had lab testing? What about the million other different things that are so different about you and your lifestyle and your stressors and the way that you live your life that are different from the way Sally lives hers? And I'm going to tell you all something else. As a professional, I actually do purchase. I go to other websites. I go to RD websites. I go to nutritionist websites. I go to personal trainers websites. I even go to some of the endocrinologists who offer these services themselves. I go to their websites and I actually purchase their plans. Like I have spent $25, $35, $50, $100, $125 purchasing meal plans. Number one, because it helps me to see what it is that other people are doing, and it helps me to determine different areas where I am able to provide value for my clients. But it also helps me to keep my finger on the pulse of the industry. And I cannot tell you how many times I have spent $75, $100, $25 on what I thought was a customized meal plan, which, once you become more educated about these kinds of things, you realize from the jump, when you're looking at the things that they're asking you for, you realize that you're not getting a customized meal plan. I have even gone to consultations, like real live consultations, given a fake name and everything. Yes, I've done it. Just so that I can see what these people are doing. And when I get the meal plan, I cannot tell you how many times I have taken portions of that meal plan and have populated it into a Google search only to find the exact same meal plan, not a portion of it, right? Because sometimes we pull our recipes from the internet. So if I put a recipe on your meal plan, you may find that recipe on the internet because I pulled it from the internet and I probably adjusted it based on, calories and a couple of other things based on what was going on with you. So you may find recipes on the internet. That's not what I'm talking about. I have found whole meal plans on the internet that I have paid $20 for, $50 for, $75 for, have found the entire plan on the internet. And it was either on somebody else's website. It may have been on somebody else's website. It may have been, sometimes these software packages, when you get a free trial, they will have samples of what their meal plans look like in the back office area, and you can print those. Now, the thing with those is it's okay if you're giving those away for free. You know, like I have an entire book of it's like 125 or 150 generalized meal plans that I give away for free. I might post it on my Facebook page. I might give it away as a free giveaway for joining my email list. Like I have a bunch of those that I can just give away for free. And you're supposed to give those away for free because what it does is it gives people some direction, right? Because some direction is better than no direction in a lot of cases. So you give those away for free. So you're able to find those. But what happens is when you start selling them and you start calling those customized meal plans, that is where I have a problem, because not only are you devaluing the industry, because when that same person comes to somebody like me and they say, oh, well, so-and-so does meal plans for $50, and I'm looking at them like, yeah, good luck with that, because you can't even get a business card from me for $50. And that's the truth. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You can't even get a business card out of me for $50, right? It devalues the industry because people don't really know. Thank you so much for those hearts. They don't really know the amount of work and sweat and blood and tears and time and research that goes into really sitting down and customizing a meal plan for somebody really and truly based on their metabolism. And the sad thing about it is there are so many of these plans just floating around, especially for these instructors that do, or these personal trainers that do these boot camps with 30, 40, and 50 people in them. And, everybody's like, oh, well, I've looked at some of the other meal plans and they're not the same. What they don't understand is that there are so many of them circulating that 9 times out of 10, you probably will not be able to see that exact same meal plan in your boot camp. Right? Because the other thing that some of these software packages can do is, if I have a boot camp at 9 a.m., and let's say I have 20 people in that one, and I have another boot camp at 11 a.m., and there's like 30 people in that one, and then I have another boot camp at 6 p.m., and there might be like 50 people in that one. So I insert these people in their different time slots. Now, remember when I told you at the beginning of this seminar, or of the Periscope, that a lot of these software packages have anywhere from like 500 to like 2,000 different food options available. So you can just imagine the number of I'm not a mathematician, but you can just imagine the number of combinations that could circulate, that could come from that. So what would happen is that if I sit down and I do all of my meal plans in group A at the same time, then the software is going to make sure that it does not populate the same meal plan for the people at 9 a.m. And then when I do my boot camp for the people at 11 a.m., it's going to make sure that it doesn't populate the same meal plan for the people at 11 a.m. And then when you do the one for the people at 6 p.m., it's going to make sure that it doesn't populate the same number of meal plans for or the same meal plan for the people at 6 p.m. So you have 20 people at 9 a.m., 30 people at 11 a.m., and 50 people at 6 p.m. That's 100 different meal plans that are being circulated throughout that instructor's practice. So absolutely nobody is going to have the same meal plan, because the software is going to make sure that you don't give out the same meal plan to the same group of people. But that does not mean that the meal plan is customized. So I know that's going to upset a lot of personal trainers and nutritionists and nutrition professionals, because these are quote unquote some of the things that we're not supposed to talk about. Like, these are some of the things that we're quote unquote not supposed to tell people. But I am, the name of my movement is #becoming a stronger you. Thank you so much for those hearts. And a part of that movement is making sure that people have the information that is necessary to make the best decisions to help them be responsible for their fitness, health, and wellness. And this is that kind of information. You need to understand what it is that you are looking at. You need to understand what it is that you're looking at. And the sad thing is they are selling these to people who don't know any better. And really, if you sat down, you could really sit down and do all that yourself. Right? I'm going to say something else. I think I said this before, but I'm going to say it again in case I didn't say it. If you sit down with somebody for a meal plan and the only thing they talk to you about is counting your macros. I'm going to say that again. If you sit down to talk to somebody about customizing a meal plan, and the only thing they talk to you about is your macros, that meal plan is not customized. You can count your own macros. All you have to do is type macros into a Google search, and somewhere in there it should populate 3 different pictures: a picture of an ectomorph, a picture of a mesomorph, and a picture of an endomorph. And it's going to tell you fit yourself within one of these 3 body types, and that will help you calculate your own macros. Now, is that a part of customizing a meal plan? Yes, it's a part of it. It's a part of it. But that's the piece of the customization that you can do yourself. If all you want to do is count your macros, you can get a MyFitnessPal and figure out whether or not you're an ectomorph, an endomorph, or a mesomorph. And you can count your own macros. You don't need to pay somebody to count your macros. And I'm saying that as a fitness and nutrition professional who gets paid by people who pay me to write their meal plans. Thank you so much for those hearts. Yeah, you don't need somebody to count your macros. You can count your own macros. So anyway, I just wanted to drop that knowledge and that information for you, so that you would have a better understanding, and you can be on the lookout for the types of questions that are being asked. It's the same thing with supplementation. They might come back to you and say, you need a vitamin C and a multivitamin. Okay, well, everybody needs a vitamin C and a multivitamin. Yes, we need vitamin C, and yes, you need a multivitamin, but not everybody needs to take their vitamins the same. Thank you so much for those hearts. That's something else that people don't understand. Just because I take vitamin C and you take vitamin C, it doesn't mean that we take vitamin C the same. I have clients who need to take vitamin C in the morning. I have clients who need to take vitamin C before they go to bed. And I have clients who need to take vitamin C in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Because of their metabolisms, because of their lifestyles. These are the things that you need to take into account. Hopefully that makes sense. What questions do we have? Does anybody have any questions? Oh, cool. It's 9:34. Okay, I'm on good time. Does anybody have any questions? And while you guys are getting your questions together, I am actually hosting another metabolism-based meal planning webinar on October the 25th. It's a Tuesday. It's at 7 p.m. If you were on the webinar last year when I did it, I have learned so much more. And if you were on that webinar last year, you know how much information I gave. I think we actually had to do that webinar in 2 days because it was so much information. That and the fact that I think I had a computer issue as well, but whatever, we won't talk about that. It was so much information that we actually had to do the webinar in 2 days. We had to do 2 separate webinars, but I have learned so much more. Hey, Tamisha, I have learned so much more in the last year since I did that webinar last year. So if you want to learn, the topic of this of this webinar actually is going to be how to create your own metabolism-based weight loss plan or fat loss plan, if you're doing it for fat loss or if you're doing it for weight loss. And on that webinar, I am going to tell you exactly how to create your own metabolism-based meal plan for your own weight loss. So for everybody that likes to do it yourself, or if you just want to learn how to do it, or if you really just want to get an understanding of really what it takes to customize a meal plan, I encourage you to hop on that webinar. If you want to find it, it's on my Facebook page. So if you go to my Facebook page, it's Facebook / A Stronger You. So as you can see back here, A Stronger You. So without the apostrophe and without the dash, just A Stronger, the letter U. On my Facebook page, there's a button that says sign up. Click on that button. Also on the tweet for this Periscope, the registration link is there as well, and you can click on there and register for that webinar. There's going to be so much information on it, and when I tell you, if you were on the webinar last year, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Talk about. That's that harm clock coming out. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So that is, I'm going to be going from the very beginning, teaching you exactly what it's going to take for you to customize your own weight loss meal plan based on your metabolism. Now, the webinar is scheduled to be for 2 hours, but we may go over that, because one of the things that I like to do on part of my webinars is I like to sort of make it like a workshop. So you will actually be doing some work. You will actually be doing some math. I'm actually going to take you to one of the websites that I use when I customize meal plans to look up certain information. So there's actually a meal on the webinar as part of the webinar that we are all going to sit down together and customize. So it's actually going to be really, really, really cool. So I encourage you to hop on that. Again, Tuesday, October 25th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The link for that is on the tweet for this Periscope, and it is also on my Facebook page. And if you go to read this blog, my Becoming a Stronger You blog at www.becomingastrongeryou, so a stronger, the letter U.com, there's links to that as well. And I encourage you to hop on if you need to lose weight, if you got friends, family members, anybody who you know who needs to lose weight, and may not necessarily be able to hire a nutritionist right now. Thank you guys so much for those hearts. Or you have been jaded by nutritionists and you're like, man, screw this, I just want to do this myself. I encourage you to hop on. Yeah, I mean, it's scheduled for 2 hours. We're probably going to go beyond that, but I promise you, when you get done with that webinar, you will have the information that you need to sit down and customize your own weight loss meal plan or your own fat loss meal plan based on your metabolism and your lifestyle. I can definitely promise you that. So with that being said, who has any questions? Does anybody have any questions before I hop on the line or before I hop off the line? I'm actually going to stay available on Twitter until 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So for the next for the next 22 minutes, I'm going to stay available on Twitter as well for you guys to ask me any questions. My Twitter handle is @AStrongerYou, so it's the same as my Periscope handle. So who's got questions? If you've got questions, I've got answers. I will wait and see. I'm surprised my kids stayed asleep. I'm so excited. School doesn't start for them until like September, so but their school year ends late as well. So most kids get out in May. They didn't get out until like close to the end of June. So who's got questions? Does anybody have any questions? Going once, going twice. All right, so I am going to hop off. I am going to be available on Twitter. So if you want to tweet me any of the questions that you have, I'll be available. I'm going to be actively available on Twitter for the next 20 minutes or so. But even after that, if you come up with questions later on throughout the day, or if you happen to watch this maybe a week from now or a month from now or something like that, and you have questions, you can still go ahead and tweet me those questions @AStrongerYou. So again, if you need to lose weight, or if you know anybody who needs to lose weight, I encourage you to jump on my metabolism-based meal planning webinar, where I am going to be teaching you exactly how to create your own metabolism-based weight loss or fat loss meal plan, Tuesday, October the 25th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That link is in the tweet for this Periscope, and it's also on my Facebook page at A Stronger You. So right up there, A Stronger You. All right, and it's without the apostrophe and without the dash. Click sign up. All right, guys, so I am going to go ahead and hop off. Thank you guys so much for those hearts. Again, I'm available on Twitter, and until I speak to you all again, stay strong, stay beautiful, and always, always, always work towards becoming a stronger you. Peace out.